All right, so we're going to talk about our new unit, which is linear equations. And in linear equations, we have to do a lot of plotting points. So our first thing that we have here is a coordinate grid. So a coordinate grid is this important thing right here, which is our graph. And just a fancy word for it is a coordinate grid. So a graph that contains an x and y axis. The other thing that we have to know is a coordinate. So a coordinate is a pair of numbers used to represent a point on the graph, and it is represented as x, comma, y. When you see coordinates, though, they're not going to be x and y. They're going to have numbers represented in those spaces. However, it is represented as x, comma, y. So on our graph, we have two axes. We have this one here, which is called horizontal. We have this one here, which is a vertical. And more importantly, the horizontal and vertical are labeled as the x and y axis. So this one here is my x-axis, and this one here is my y-axis. So again, I have my horizontal and my vertical for x and y. The other important information is that this point right here in the middle is called the origin. And the origin is right in the middle. So on my coordinate grid, there are four things called quadrants. And if we've heard quad before, because that means four. So the first quadrant, the very first one, is this quadrant right here, which is labeled quadrant 1. Okay, and then it goes in a counterclockwise order. So quadrant 2 is over here. I'm going to use Roman numerals for 2. Then I have quadrant 3. And quadrant 4. So what happens is my positive numbers, my positive end up here. I have my negative positive in quadrant 2. I have my negative negatives in quadrant 3. And I have my positive negatives in quadrant 4. So what that means is for the coordinate for your point, so for example, I'm going to show you point A in a second, that first number is going to determine positive or negative. And then the second number is going to talk about positive and negative. So for example, if I use the coordinate 4 and negative 2, that means I'm going to go 4 on my x-axis, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then negative 2 for my y-axis, so 1, 2. And I need to find where those 2 points meet, and those 2 points meet right here in this space. So I'm going to use a point, and I'm going to put a point on there. So that is point A. Make sure you label all of these on your graph as well. What quadrant is point A in? So if we notice that it is down here at the positive negative, so it is in quadrant 4. Hopefully this helps you.